All right, guys, when a high school senior puts their name on the dotted line and makes their college sports commitment official, it's always a big deal for the person, their family, the school, and the college program itself. Once again, the Tennessee Valley was filled with talent this year. Here's a breakdown of our local signees. Let's start off at Madison Academy. Coach Bob Gonsey had 3 players sign national letters of intent. Mario Brewers heading down I-65 to Birmingham Southern. Quarterback Carson Crehan, he's heading to the shows to play with the UNA Lions, while Dalen Johnson is heading to Lindsey Wilson. All 3 guys played a major role in helping the Mustangs find success on the field, and now they're looking to do the same on the next level.
If I want to play, I got to get there and work hard, but do the best I can. I'm always be humble. I always believed in being humble and staying humble.
I had people to push me along the way, help me succeed in hopefully my career, and pursue life, pursue an education, hopefully find a way to go to the league someday.
Kind of a dream come true, but all of the hard work that's gotten me to this point, but that doesn't mean it ends now. I really have to continue working for the next 4 or so years, and just look forward to keep doing. I'm not going to change what I do. I'm only going to work harder, but it is satisfying at the same time.
Across the river in Decatur, 6 Red Raider football players signing their national letters of intent. 5 Red Raiders are going to play at Bethel College, an NAIA program in McKenzie, Tennessee. Those guys are Jaden Brown, Jairi McDaniel, Ryan Kirk, ZJ Matthews, and Josh Turner. The lone player not going to Bethel is Malin Miller, who will be attending Birmingham Southern. This is the final senior class for head coach Jerry Adcock, and he says seeing this group preserve, lead, and improve has been one of the highlights of his decades-long career.
If you describe this group, I think you gotta, use words like mature, resilient, committed, determined, fun-loving. You can't take that one out. This group came through a lot. They went through 2-8 seasons, and then a slow start off their junior year. They survived COVID.
At Athens, a pair of seniors signing to play sports on the collegiate level, but each had academic interests factor into their recruitment. Cameron Gatewood signing with Tuskegee at the Golden Tigers. He's set to major in mechanical engineering.
And I liked it. Like I said, they're 3rd in the nation for it, so yeah, it'll be a good fit. I'm excited to play with my new players, my teammates. Just going down there just to be friends with them, and not like mostly teammates, but friends for sure, yeah.
For Isaiah Unger, finding a place he could wrestle and pursue secondary education led him to Elmhurst University, a theater school just west of Chicago.
They just had a really strong program, at least from what I saw, and, from the wrestling community, especially with how they, kind of transitioned to that, because, they're kind of a teaching school, so I kind of liked being in that, the atmosphere and being with those guys. I liked, that school.
Over at Austin, 4 football players signing with college programs. Drews Clark and LaJalen Fletcher are heading to Eastern Kentucky. Amarian Chapman to Wright State, and Jalen Verser Jackson to Concord University, a program in West Virginia. Austin head coach Jeremy Perkins spoke about how this was a high-character quartet.
We hope that influence, that guys try to emulate them in the way they worked and the character and attitudes that they brought every single day. I mean, that's huge, because what the locker room thinks and what the group as a team thinks and feels matters to your success.
Staying in Class 7A, 6 Huntsville Panthers are taking their talent to the collegiate level. 2 players are going the D2 route. Malik Woods is heading south to Miles College, and Seth Lawson is heading to Livingston to play for West Alabama. 2 players are going the JUCO route, as Jarrell Goodlow will play for Coahoma, while Rodarius Hardy is heading to Independence Community College in Kansas. And the other 2 are following their family's footstep and making the jump to Division I. Billy Roby, who's related to Wes and Billy Neighbors, signing a preferred walk-on with the University of Alabama. And finally, Alex Gray will play football and then serve our country just like his father did as he heads to Army West Point.
It's really unbelievable, and I'm so thankful, to my family, like God, that today like this, has came.
I had other offers. I had offered to play for Kentucky and Alabama, but really Army was, at the end of the day, it'd make me a better man. better. I'd serve the country, and that's a big goal of mine.
2022 was one of the best seasons in several years for Huntsville High. The Panthers making the state playoffs for the first time since 2017, and they finished over 500 in region play for the first time since 2013. Head coach Mark Fleetwood is very proud of this class.
The COVID years were pretty tough, and that was right there at the beginning of their high school, in our 10th and 11th. They endured all that. They stayed with it. They stayed the course, and then they get into the playoffs their senior year. So that's what I'm proud of most about this class.
A pair of Grissom football players signing in South Huntsville on Wednesday as well. Tristan Graham is staying right here in the Rocket City to play for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. And K.D. Johnson is heading east to the University of Virginia College at Wise. Both are looking forward to their next chapters at their respective schools.
First off, engineering is what I always wanted to do, and they have a great engineering program, so that was the #1 deciding factor. I know my face may not show it, but on the inside, I'm very excited for this opportunity.
I feel they're going to get a player that's going to come in every day, work hard, wake up, be on time, and just try my best to get on the field that first year.
Staying in Class 7A, let's head over to James Clements. One jet is flying to the next level. Defensive back Jamal Mayers is heading to Tennessee Martin. Mayers has made multiple all-region teams during his tenure, and this year he was a Class 7A All-State selection. Plus, he played in the annual North-South All-Star game down in Mobile. For Mayers, it's a dream come true to play on the next level.
It just means the world to me. I just want to go out and just play right now. That's how I'm feeling right now. Just full of intensity and stuff, you know.
Across the city at Bob Jones, their football team is coming off of back-to-back trips to the Class 7A playoffs, and several key players from those teams signing their future college homes on National Signing Day. 5 Patriots signing their national letters of intent in the Bob Jones Gymnasium. Caden Smith is heading to Sterling College in Kansas. Dylan Stewart will play for Hendrix College in Arkansas. Christian Kemp is off to the University of St. Thomas in Minnesota. And 2 guys are staying in state. Gunnar Dixon signing with Huntington down in Montgomery. A former B2 EDI Offensive Lineman of the Week, Mattis Sunderman, will play for the Jacksonville State Gamecocks.
It's been a long process, but, you know, all you need is one school to believe in you, and then that's Jacksonville State for me. When I first went on the camp, I went to a camp, and I got to see all the coaches, and I really got that family-like atmosphere. I got to know, like, yeah, that's where I want to go.
When I first got here, they were freshmen, so again, so it's special to me. But we won some big games. We were able to beat James Clemens this year. We beat Spartanburg 2 years in a row. But most of all, just a pleasure to coach these guys. And they were, everything we asked them to do, they did it. And again, we just hope they've set the mark high for years to come.
Caden C.J. Jones also signed this week, but he was not at the ceremony. He will attend Point University in Georgia. The auditorium at Sparkman High School was packed for National Signing Day. Coach LaRon White sending 6 football players to compete on the next level. Justin Cotto is heading to Davidson. Bryce Macbeth, he's heading to West Alabama. Marvin Lee staying close and going to Jacksonville State. Matthew Rozier is rolling with Chattanooga. Carmelo Montgomery is going right down the road to the Hill at Alabama A&M. And their SGA president, Big Caleb, a.k.a. Big O, is going to Northeast Mississippi. It's another proud moment for Coach LaRon White and his staff.
I'm super proud. First of all, it says a lot about the work they put in, our program, and the teammates and the coaches. It takes everybody to do this. But those guys are blessed. They put the hard work in. They kept fighting. You got to keep on looking and searching everywhere to try to get a scholarship nowadays. And we did that, and I'm just proud of those guys.
Jacob Dean is heading to Huntington College down in Montgomery, making him the first ever Whitesburg Christian football player to sign with a college in the 3 years that the program has been in existence. The former B2 EDI Offensive Lineman of the Week told us what made Huntington the place for him.
They showed the most interest in me, and felt like it was the best fit for me, not only as an athlete but as a student. I look forward to the higher level of talent challenging me more as a player and as a person and becoming better. I'm looking forward to trying new things, making the most out of the experience. It's going to be, I think, completely different from high school for sure, so making the best out of the experience.
That'll wrap up the high school portion of our signing day event. I'll send it back over to Nick and Simon for some college recruiting news.